everyone, today's story is about a little old lady called Mrs. Pepperpot. And what is she doing? She's on a cat and she's going to look for some treasure. We like looking for treasure, it's very exciting. It was a fine sunny day in January and Mrs. Pepperpot was peeling potatoes at the kitchen sink. Oh look, does your mummy do that? Meow, said the cat. Meow yourself, said Mrs. Pepperpot. Meow, said the cat again. Can you meow like a cat? Mrs. Pepperpot wiped her hands and knelt down beside him. There's something you want to tell me, isn't there? It's too bad. I can only understand you when I've shrunk to the size of a pepper pot. Wow, will Mrs. Pepperpot be that small? She stroked the cat, but the puss didn't purr. She just went on looking at her, stroking the cat. Well, I can't spend all day being sorry for you, my girl, said Mrs. Pepperpot, going back to the potatoes in the sink. When they was ready, she put them on the stove to cook. Puss was at the door now. Meow, she said, scratching at her. You don't want to go out, do you, says Mrs. Pepperpot, and opened the door. I don't think she'd want to go out in that snow. It might be cold. And just at that moment, she shrank to the size of a pepper pot. Oh, wow, she's got small. Look, she's smaller than the cat. About time too, said the cat. Now, let's not waste any more time. Jump on my back and hold on tight. Wow, that's exciting. Would you like to do that? Puss bounded off with Mrs. Pepperpot clinging on for all she was worth. The first danger is just round the corner, Puss said, so sit tight and don't say a word. Oh, what's this? It's a magpie. Say, morning, Mr. Magpie. How's your wife and babies? All Mrs. Pepperpot could see was a single birch tree with a couple of magpies on it. That's 1, 2. The birds seemed as big as eagles to her now, and the trees was like mountains. There's that cat, the magpie screamed. Ah! Let's nip her tail. No, they're going to try and bite the cat. Let's pull her whiskers. And they swooped down, skimming so close over Mrs. Pepperpot's head, she was nearly blown away. But Puss took no notice at all. She kept going on down the hill and the magpie soon got tired of the game. Oh, that's good. Uh-oh, what's going to happen now? That's that, said the cat. Now, we must watch out for the snowballs. Oh, they're going to throw snow at him. We have to cross the boys' playground. So if any of them aim at you, duck and behind my ears and hang on. Oh, Mrs. Pepperpot looked at the boys. She knew them all. She had often given them sweets and biscuits. Oh, that's very kind of her. They can't be dangerous, she said to herself. But then she heard one of them say, here comes that horrible cat. Let's see who can get it first. Come on, boys. No, that's not good, is it? And they all started throwing snowballs as hard as they could. Oh, the poor cat. I hope you don't do things like that. Puss ran on until they reached a wide fence with a hole just big enough to wriggle through. Oh, look at that. That's good, isn't it? So far, so good, she said. But now comes the worst bit. Because this is Dogland. Oh, no. Woof, woof. And we don't want to get caught. Mrs. Pepperpot knew the neighbour's dog quite well. She had fed her bones and scraps, and he was always very friendly. We'll be all right here, she thought. Well, I don't think so. The dog looks rather cross, and the cat looks very scared. But she was wrong. Without any warning, the dog came chasing after them in great leaps and bounds. Mrs. Pepperpot shook like jelly when she saw her wide open jaws all red and sharp. Look at them teeth. You show me your teeth. Like that. White teeth glittering in a terrifying way. She flattened herself on the cat's back and clung on for dear life. The Puss shot like a flash across the yard and straight into the neighbour's barn. Phew, said the cat. That was a narrow escape. Thanks so much for coming all this way with me. That's all right, says Mrs. Pepperpot. But why are we here? It's a surprise, says Puss. All we have to do now is find the hidden treasure. Wow, but that means crawling through the hay. So hang on. Oh, look, there she is, hanging on tight. And off they went again, slowly this time, for it was hard going through the prickly stalks. They seemed as big as beanpoles to Mrs. Pepperpot. The dust was terrible. It was in her eyes, her mouth, her hair, down her neck and everywhere. "Can you see anything?" said the cat. "Nothing at all," says Mrs. Pepperpot, for now her eyes was completely bugged up with hayseed and dust. "Uh-oh." "Try blinking," says the cat. "Can you blink?" "For this is where my hidden treasure is." "What can it be?" "Oh, look." So Mrs. Pepperpot blinked and blinked, keep blinking, until she could open her eyes properly again. When she could see, she was astonished. All around her shone the most beautiful jewels, diamonds, sapphires, emeralds. They glistened everywhere. "There you are. Didn't I tell you? I've hidden treasure for you," said the cat. But she didn't give Mrs. Pepperpot time to get a closer look. "We'll have to hurry back now or all the potatoes will be spoiled." "Oh, so we don't know what the treasure is. The cat's taking her home first." So they crawled back through the hay, and just as they came into the daylight, Mrs. Pepperpot grew back to the ordinary size, so she's a big lady now. She picked the cat up in her arms and walked across the yard. The dog was there, but what a different dog. He nuzzled Mrs. Pepperpot's skirt and wagged his tail in the friendliest of way. Wow. Through the gate they came to where the boys was playing. Each one of them nodded at her politely and says, "Good morning. Morning, Mrs. Pepperpot." Oh, see, they're nice boys, really. Then they went up the hill, and there was the magpies in the tree, but not a sound came from them. When they got to the house, Mrs. Pepperpot put the cat down and hurried indoors to rescue her potatoes. Then she went back down the hill, through the gate to the neighbour's yard and into the barn. She climbed over the hay till she found the spot where the hidden treasure was. And what do you think it was? What could it be? Do you think it was diamonds and jewels? Or was it 1, 2, 3, 4 coal black kittens with beautiful shiny eyes? Oh, they're so sweet. Just like you. All right then, we'll see you soon then. Bye.